Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Sagittarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember, they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the death card, right? Culminations, completions, endings. Something is coming to a close this week. Now, sometimes this will be an aspect of yourself. Sometimes it will be a person. Death can mean literal death, but it only comes up with very specific signatures. That being said, I know a lot of people are like, okay, cheers, Raph. Your foundation card is the Two of Pentacles. So, a decision that you make this week may very well bring you to some sort of new realization about your money, materials, your finances. This may be a time where you decide that maybe chasing the material is important this week. That's not a bad thing either. You know, I've noticed that Sagittarius is one of those signs that is kind of like, well, you know, what use is money if ... This could be one of those weeks where you're actually coming to the realization, you know what, the more money I have, the better I can make the world, and more importantly, the better I can make, or just as important, the better I can make my own world. The other thing is as well, whatever decision you are making on the material plane this week, it is going to bring something to an end, or this is you choosing to end something that has you materially invested in some way, shape or form. Very, very interesting. So when it comes to, for those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves ya. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. So, and I will see you in the comments. For your actions and options this week, you get the Ace of Pentacles, right? So something is definitely happening on the material plane for you when it comes to your money, your finances, your resources. For some of you, this could be a change of home. For others, this could literally be a change of job or residence in some way, shape or form. Now, because you've got this here as well, whatever you're initiating this week, it's going to have I don't like the word repercussions. It's got too many negative connotations. It's going to have further reaching ripples than you might realize at the moment. So something that you initiate this week could actually in the long run be very good for your finances, but certainly in the meantime maybe creates a shortfall or something that you have to immediately step to or hop to. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the Three of Wands. I love this card, especially for Sagittarians, because there is an element of Sagittarius energy to it, and that's what I like about it. What I will say as well, this Three of Wands, in a lot of ways, it's expanding your vision, absolutely, but you've got this with the Three of Wands. This is the understanding of the universal truth that sometimes we have to let one thing go in order for something else to open up. Now, because you've got this Three of Wands in your communications, this week you are having some bigger conversations, probably some larger philosophical conversations, knowing you as a Sagittarius. What I also like about this as well, it sees you finally commanding what it is that you're going to say, how you're saying it. It is the Three of Wands as well, which kind of, you're looking further beyond the now. You're starting to look into your own future this week, and you are realizing that maybe you don't have the time or the resources to fulfill something that you are trying to get off the ground. And so there's this understanding, I need to make this bigger, but I also need to be available to watch it happen or grow or evolve. And what I like a lot about this is it sees you being very honest, with yourself. You're usually very honest with everybody else. This is going to see you being very honest with yourself, and I think that's really important. For those of you that work for somebody else, this week you could come into that understanding that, you know what, I am really a big fish in a really small pond, and this is not suiting me anymore, it's not working for me. Or it could just as easily be that you have come to the realization or the understanding that what you do is no longer for you. Like maybe you feel in that part of your life you're spent. Do you know what I mean? Like that happened for me when it comes to massage and Reiki and all of that. I love those things, and now I do them for friends and for family. But there came a point where I was like, okay, I'm done with the holistic world. Like that, it's not what I feel I'm supposed to be doing anymore. So you come to that moment where, okay, this needs to change. And so we go on to the next thing. This could be that week for you. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this is you starting to realize, okay, you know what? I may have to make some compromises and chase the money in order to get this next thing off the ground, in order to make this next avenue for me what I really want it to be. I might have to grab a part-time job. I might have to do a bit more of the commercial stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like there's something here, and it's not that you're selling out. It's really not. It's you becoming aware that this small sacrifice now paves the way for everything that I'm trying to do later. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working, with this Ace of Pentacles in the self sector and your decisions, this actually feels like something that you are doing to really I almost want to say this is something that you're doing to ensure your own future. And the conversations that you're having this week, it's like, you know what, how do I maximize on the time, the energy, the resources, the access that I have to a certain thing? How much longer do I have left? That's the big question being asked this week. For your love and relations, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Lady of Earth. So this could be, an Earth sign woman, but it could just as easily be an Earth sign person, a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. You've got this right underneath the Ace of Pentacles. So possibly big conversations being asked about the finances, the resources. What I find really interesting here is for those of you that are married, partnered, or in long-term commitments, something about the partner is like they're stepping in to support you financially. You've got this goal. You know that you're going in a specific direction and you're like, okay, I don't have the change for this. And maybe they're stepping in to say, look, I've got you. I can support you here. Now, Sagittarius being Sagittarius is going to be like, no fucking way. Right? But remember what I said. This can't be one of those weeks where you cut off your nose to spite your face. If a loved one, it doesn't have to be a partner as well. It could be a family member or a really close friend. But if you know they can help you and they want to do it, and this is about something that you are really heading towards in that Sagittarian way that you do, it's important that you allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to get the help that is on offer for you. Sometimes accepting help from people isn't actually about you, it's actually about them. You help them be a better person. You help them feel like they're needed. You help them feel like they are fulfilling some aspect of their own path. The universe works on a much grander scale than we can see sometimes when we're in certain situations. My personal brand of toxicity in relationships up until about 2 years ago was I would never let my partner buy me anything or do anything for me or, step in to help me if I needed it. And it's like, well, are you in a relationship with yourself? Or do you know what I mean? Like I really, really struggled with that. I found it very hard. And there came a point when that changed and I realized, okay, this isn't always about me. The fact that somebody loves me and cares enough to help me isn't always about me. Sometimes they are helping themselves by helping us. And so I'll put that out there for you to reframe this, because I don't want you to cut your nose off to spite your face this week. Now, when it comes to those of you that are single, the way I said that, this week, if you are connecting with someone, it's going to be in the most practical or earthy of ways. Like This could be at the supermarket, it could be at the local veggie market, it could be while you are, I don't know, helping a friend clean out their garage, or helping a friend move out of their home. Like, whatever you're doing will be very mundane, very practical, very run of the mill, and you'll meet someone, you know, probably while you're all hot and sweaty. Maybe that's what draws them to you. For your money and materials, you've got the Knight of Wands. So for some of you, you could be spending money on travel this week. Very, very possible. Some sort of trip, journey, or travel. I'm really sorry to say, because you've got the Death card at the helm there. For some of you, a trip that you may have already paid for may now be on hold and not go ahead, and it looks like you may end up losing some money for it, or having to go up against you know, an institution to say, hang on a sec, I already paid this, it's you cancelling the trip, so I want my money back. It is a possibility. If you are getting it back, it looks like it's probably not going to be instant, but you will get it. Now, because it's the Knight of Wands, the other thing that I want to mention to you about your finances, there's a future goal here that takes more financial investment than you have to put into it at the moment. And this is why I say be open to all avenues to making this work, because in the long run, it could truly serve you amazingly well. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this for me is going to be your lower back, your butt, your thighs, that whole sort of general region you really want to look after this week, especially if you are worried about finances, because the lower back in the body, if you have issues or challenges around that, it's usually because you're worried about the future of your finances. So something to look out for. I'm not a doctor or a medical professional, can't give you that kind of advice, but you know, the energy around it. And then for your home and environment, I don't know why, but it looks like a lot of you are not, again, it looks, a lot of the people in the sort of last half of the year, or let's say even the last sort of, like the last 6 months of the year, don't seem to be spending a lot of time at home. I don't know what's going on there. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up, and I will see you there. Take care, and I'll see you soon.